Hey y'all, David Madaffari here, candidate for St. George City Council District 4. And today I'm going to talk about fiscal accountability because we, as a city council and government, are the stewards of the people's money. And I'm so glad I'm now living in a time where this is in vogue. With Doge making news on the federal level, I can say that, credit to my father, we would talk about this probably for 30 years. Just the idea of the waste in government spending has gotten so bad that there's really no one that could tell us where the money's going at any given point. And with St. George being a brand new city, we have this awesome opportunity to not have to be a part of this legacy of failure. We can start at the very bottom, at the very beginning, and start tracking everything and making sure that we are going to be the good stewards of the people's money. And not only that, they'll have the ability to follow it along with us in real time. So before I begin, I will say I'm going to touch on the salary issue in a separate video because I do believe that falls under this category of fiscal accountability. But because it's a little more nuanced and it is kind of a hot button issue, I will put it on a separate video. But just know for now, it is part of my 3 points here on my campaign promises. The first thing I'm really going to let you guys know is that I'm going to commit to researching all of these significant expenditures across other cities. So the city of St. George is so large, 80 to 100,000 people. And we need to just start comparing where we are to what seems to be the norm in other cities in our part of the country. And that's not to say that we should be doing exactly what they're doing, but it helps us give us an idea of where we're at as a good baseline to decide whether any expenditures are going that seem to be way out of line or if we're coming in way under budget. And I'm not going to say that any of those are going to be bad or good. It's just if we're going to spend more than, say, another city like our size, what are we getting that's extra that they aren't? What are we going to be able to provide? And we should be able to provide those receipts for those payments, and we're going to review them monthly together. We could be doing this on a video. And again, I'll just say, we will talk about merit-based pay is what I consider to be the salary issue. We are employees in the service of the people. And so we should be paid based on a reasonable, data-driven, and merit-based system. And so I will research and propose lowering salaries in my first term, commensurate with what I just said, and also with the will of the people. Because I believe that the will of the people was out there on that night during that vote, and I don't believe a lot of people were happy with the way it went and maybe felt their voice wasn't being heard. Again, I will talk a little bit more about that on another video. The third thing I'm going to promise for you guys is that I'm going to demand that all these expenditures of the city, they must actually be able to give us a tangible, verifiable return on investment for the people of St. George. And we should be able to review all of those and what the expected return is going to be prior to votes. It's kind of like you're investing in something you're going to have a rate of return. If we're going to be spending the people's money, we should be able to tell them, if I spend this much money, this is what we expect. And we should be able to have data that can at least give us the idea that we can reasonably expect that. And I will also vet all bids for expenditures for conflicts of interest. And I know in East Baton Rouge Parish, there's a lot of news going out right now about this exact thing. For the last couple years, there's been a lot of sticky situations where it seems that there's been conflicts of interest when it comes to bids for contracts. And among the service providers in government, we need to get rid of those conflicts of interest, and any expenditure needs to be reviewed to make sure that none of those exist. And I will personally be involved in making sure that that's the case, because if we're going to create a city where the people trust their government, this is one way we can really show it to them that we will not have any even showing that there might be a hint of corruption or maybe nepotism, or somebody's company that's related to this person that's in government is getting a more than fair shake in providing services for the city. We will make sure that there are no conflicts of interest within the St. George government. And with that, those are my 3 priorities underneath fiscal accountability. Stay tuned. There will be a video on the salary issue in particular, and I'm going to post that as soon as it is ready. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time.